Hey guys, welcome back to Sip, Savor, and Celebrate. I'm Chris.
I'm Devin.
And then
Cody.
we got Cody, the brother to Devin.
And this week we've been hinting at it for a while, so I'm
Yes.
super excited that we are doing it today. We are back together from
That's
being
right.
apart for a week. So you know what? We're bringing you Home Projects Part 1.
Part 1, because we've got a lot of projects that I kind of dipped my toes into.
And so when we say home projects, what do we mean, Chris? Because
All right, let me explain what we got here. So first of all, we got Terramana. Terramana is garbage. But I heard that somebody said, well, if you think it's that bad, then you should age it. I did put I put an American oak stave in there. I'm telling you. Now, I put the American oak stave in there that I first had in a bourbon. So I was told to, my first project actually was a bourbon. Actually, I probably should have brought that. Oh, well. I'll do that with the other bourbon. We still have that. So anyways.
we still have Whiskey Wednesdays and bourbons coming up for that, so that's where we're going to save that for.
So my total projects are Terramana in a American oak stave that was once in a bourbon that I aged the bourbon with the American oak stave. So then I took it out of that. It dried for a few weeks, almost a month actually, and then it went into here. This is the Asombroso Rosa. I did not like that at all. I really didn't like it. That's the Reposado from Asombroso that was in rosé barrels. I just didn't like it at all. 1800, everybody knows, and this is the silver. I thought it was just okay, but these are both with the French oak spirals. I had to break them up into chips to get them into the small openings for both of these. This is Fortaleza. This is using Better Than Barrels, and I now enjoy the Better Than Barrel oak staves. This is French oak. I like theirs better than the spirals that I got from Amazon.
And don't forget, guys, to drink responsibly. Add us and send us to your friends. Remember, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. We appreciate what you do by watching us. We hope you appreciate our content.
And this last one was a French oak stave, but these were all aged, and there's actually a chart out there that you can look, so how long you keep it in there tells you what level, if it's going to be a Repo, Añejo, or if it's going to end up being a extra Añejo. And I put all of these at the equivalency of a 3-year extra Añejo.
Okay.
So again, this is the Terramana that's been with a bourbon-soaked American oak stave from Amazon.
Well, salute, guys.
Cheers. What did you get on the nose, though? See, I get a Repo smell from this. I get a whiskey. That's probably from the bourbon. And then I get the vanilla from the American oak. It actually has a little sweetness on the nose.
To me, that Terramana is shining through very
It's a
bright,
garbage base.
and I'm like,
It's bad. I get it.
fertilizer that has been stuck in an oak barrel. I'm like, that's just kind of where I'm at.
Now, a couple weeks ago, you took this and you lit it on fire to get rid of some of the
Correct.
alcohol, and that made it really nice. But
I'm getting most of the oak.
oh yeah, there's a lot of oak, and I get the oak, the bourbon, and whiskey.
With a honey in there.
A little bit of honey. You're right. No, I do get that. That's crazy. It's 1,000% better than it was as a Terramana Blanco. I'm
Correct.
going to tell you that right now. It did improve the flavor. I got to figure a way to make that be palatable to get down. And this is a lot better than what it originally started as. So, plus, I did put that through a Brita filter at least 5 or 6 times to try and round it out. The only thing I wonder, what if we put that through an aerator, if that might soften that a little bit more? Maybe get rid of some of the alcohol flavors from that.
It's definitely an option to try. Stay tuned. Who knows?
Right? Ultimately, it's more palatable than it first started. Is it my favorite? No. What are you thinking, Cody? What do you think about it?
To me, it has the sweet, but also you got the bitterness behind it.
Does it taste like a whiskey to you? To me, it tastes more like a whiskey than it does a tequila.
To me, I'm leaning more on the tequila side versus the whiskey because you don't have the flavor full of the aging barrel blonde.
Interesting. Now, if we were to, just because, now if I were to put that up against a blind versus a regular, whiskey, would you be able to tell the difference? Because, yes, I get it that this is a tequila, so you aren't getting a rye and a corn mash, but I would put that right up there with an actual whiskey just from
That's what
the way it
like.
tastes.
So
exactly.
if you're a whiskey lover, I'd do it. Do it. I mean, it's still 10 times better than what it was. And I'm glad we did that. Now here's the other one I did not like, but I aged it.
Smells like root beer.
Root beer? Now this is going to be your French oak, Dave, so you're going to get that caramel influence. Look how dark that is.
Almost like an iced coffee. Did you rinse?
Yes, I did. Look how dark that
Actually, it
got.
does smell like root beer.
Look how dark that got.
But look at how it clings to that glass too.
It does. Now,
Looks like soy sauce.
it actually does look like soy sauce.
Ooh, but that nose. You get that vanilla, which is definitely from that French
oak.
barrel.
Yeah, you get vanilla and caramel.
What? I get
Maybe
an
a little bit
agave.
of chocolate.
I get an
little chocolate.
agave that comes front and center to me too.
Boy, she's bloomed. She bloomed up a lot.
Blue guys.
Salud. Now notice we're also only taking like only a sip or so of these so that we're not getting too trashed. Oh, that actually smells really good.
That vanilla. That chocolate.
Get the vanilla chocolate. It made it better because if you would have tasted, I should have saved some of it so you could taste it before and after, but I just really hated it. And I like their other. I've got the extra añejo and I've got the blanco.
Chocolate to me is more there with a slight hint of the vanilla.
Are you mad at it? Is this something that you would drink?
I probably would.
Like what would you drink before one of these?
I'd probably drink more of that one, and I'm more of a bourbon person.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part is
Right.
I'm getting better flavors off that versus.
It's not sad. It's just you're being shown a different side of the aisle.
That clings. It's just still stuck to that
Yeah.
glass. Which I'm not mad. I like that.
All right, good old 1800.
Everybody knows.
But
what
guys,
1800 is.
1800 is actually made right. It is not made with the diffuser. It is made, properly. Yes, they add additives to it, but
I'm still getting some molasses from that. An aftertaste of molasses. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it just kind of came in just now.
God, I love that sound. I know you can't hear it, but those guys are my favorite.
Following that one with the water, you do get the taste of the molasses.
Doesn't it come out? Yeah, you can taste that molasses in there.
And that's either a Formula boat or a Donzi.
I can't see it.
But beautiful sounding boats.
Oh, but here, 1800 is made and handpicked from the highlands of Jalisco, western Mexico. Double distilled for smoother, cleaner flavors, and is made from a special selection of white tequilas blended together for added complexity and character. So before I actually got into tequilas, this was probably the more smoother tequila I actually had ever had. So I mean, if 1800's all you got, hey, drink it, It's not my go-to anymore,
It is so alcohol forward though.
Woo-hoo-hoo, you are right.
All I'm getting is a nose full of alcohol, like.
Yeah, it kind of burns the nostrils, doesn't it?
And if you're sick and got
I
clogged
still get a
sinuses,
little bit. Boy,
I think the molasses is next, is what I'm getting, is that alcohol. And yes, it's tickling my nose that much.
Yeah.
And then
I'm pulling some of the
Molasses.
chocolate.
Okay.
You're getting the chocolate? Now that I'm letting it air out, which we're trying to. But first, number one, alcohol. After that, I get the French oak notes from it. Vanillas, chocolates. I'm trying to see if I get it. Yeah, I do get. I now that I said it earlier, but now I do smell some of the molasses. Salud. Salud.
You left you hanging. Not really.
Bitter alcohol, and then an aftertaste of sweet fake sugar. You know, like the saccharin or something like that.
And I was gonna say it's overly sweet. Like I don't get any bitter to it. Like you go from you know the French to like a sweet set on like 100, and I'm like, ooh.
I wonder if that's coming because of the additives that are in here. I wonder. Either way, I don't know. I think in this case, we went backwards. I think it was better as a regular silver than it is as aged. What do you think?
It's something I wouldn't particularly try again.
I would actually put this right next to like an identity with the stave, because you know how like the identity was good, but yeah,
really
a couple of them were
sugary.
very sugary and very sweet. So I think that's where I would put that, is right there in line with that identity.
Yeah, I get saccharin and fake sugar all day long. All right, Fortaleza. Are you okay? What was that about? Now this one looks more natural. This is, as you can see, this is from the Better Than Barrel French oak staves. So you can tell that it's been a lot better. Don't forget, go straight up when it comes to a Fortaleza.
But it is the actual cork that is the actual, you know, heart of the agave. And
no, it's actually a cork tree.
Cork tree?
Yep, they harvest it. I actually saw a YouTube kind of like a not an infomercial, but like a documentary. That's what I was trying to think of. A documentary about the about cork and how they harvest it. It's kind of like a layer that they take off, and it's kind of neat, actually. Either way, now this looks natural. As you can see, these two, they don't look natural. There's no tequila that is coffee colored.
But this just looks like, this looks darker than, you know, their añejo. So
that's because this, I aged it to be an
XA,
extra name.
right?
And they don't have an XA. Now there is a mix, like a Hoven, that kind of came out by accident, because they were making an extra añejo, and then by accident they mixed the extra añejo with a repo, and they blended it all together, and it came out, I do believe it's called Lot 42. So if you got the Lot 42, you already know how special that bottle is. And if you've got one unopened, you know really how special, monetarily wise, that bottle is. She just looks so beautiful. I know you're not a Fortaleza fan, I get it. But this is now an extra añejo Fortaleza. Salud.
I feel like it's a ranch Fortaleza. Like, I'm getting like ranch on the nose.
I'm getting
like
that.
ranch and garlic.
I get that French oak, so I'm getting the caramels and vanillas.
I know that's what I should be getting, but I'm way off in a different world with this one.
I'm just
Is
getting
this
the
still?
oak.
Did you rinse your mouth out? Or your nose? Yeah, you rinsed your nose out, but no.
I rinsed the glass and my mouth out, but doesn't mean the alcohol in the nose
me,
isn't influencing it.
I'm getting caramels and chocolate and sweetness.
I'm getting more the
Barrel notes.
the barrel.
Yeah, like a good bourbon, like a good sweet bourbon. That's what I get. Oh, I love the smell of this.
Oh, that's Fortaleza for sure.
I love this. I know I'm a Fortaleza fanboy. I get that, but I love this. And better than barrel.
It is definitely smoother. I will give you that. But it's got that sucker punch alcohol that I complain about every time I talk about Fortaleza.
Now, let me ask you, because you know what your flavors are from Fortaleza. Now, you know what it changed in the flavors here. You also know what a normal silver tastes like and what this tastes like. I don't know if you've ever had the Blanco of Terramana before it was. Because these are the Amazon staves. This one is the better than barrel. I taste a way big difference in the effect that these barrel staves had on the original flavor compared to this, because now we're going
this is more natural. This tastes like a regular distillery. Right, this isn't, for lack of a better term, like artificially flavored like those staves are kind of sending off.
I have to agree with you. These
Mark
were
that one on the calendar.
Yeah, I know, right? These are the Amazon spiraled staves, and this is the better than barrel. And they're not that expensive. I'm not getting paid by Better Than Barrel. Trust me, if you want to help us out, I'm okay with that. But I heard about them through the Tequila Hombre, and the rep from Better Than Barrel is always in his little news feeds there when he does his lives. So I thought, well, shoot, if they use it with the Tequila Hombre, I might as well try it myself. And the other tequilas that we're going to try are also done with the Better Than Barrel staves. So ultimately, I would say it's a success. I'm changing 2 tequilas that I can't stand into something palatable, and I'm not wasting my money. I think it went backwards on the 1800, and it just made me an extra añejo that doesn't exist.
I can't be mad at that. Like I said, that one is delicious, but for me, it's always that alcohol punch I get with Fortaleza that turns me off to it every time. But guys,
well, you better find a way to make it happy and good, because we're going to Fortaleza.
I'm not mad at that though. I can't wait to go to Fortaleza.
We're gonna go to Fortaleza. And, we got a fan boat coming through.
But hey guys, we appreciate you. Don't forget to always sip, savor, and celebrate. Cheers.